All right, here's a good question. We've got a solution A and a solution B. I've gone ahead and figured out how many moles there will be of sodium chloride, and according to our dissociation equation, I'll have moles of each of those. And then I also figured out the moles of sodium nitrate, and then with the dissociation figured out how many moles of silver and how many nitrate. Now, the one problem with this question, well, let me get to that in a second. You would think that all you'd have to do then is figure out, they say, what's the concentration of silver ions in the solution? So you'd say, well, I have 4.00 moles of silver. So according to my concentration, it'd be moles over volume, and the total volume is 5 liters. So if you divide those, you get 0.800 moles per liter of silver ions. And that's a good way to think about it. This question, though, is if you have sodium chloride in a solution and you add to it silver nitrate, then in a double replacement reaction, you'll get silver chloride and you'll get sodium nitrate. Okay, the only problem is that this silver chloride, if you look on the solubility table, is a solid. So if it's a solid, all of this, and this is almost a stoichiometry question, but all of these moles of silver are going to be reacting with the chlorine from the other reaction, and so, all these moles of silver are going to be reacting with the chlorine to form silver chloride, and so you won't have any silver ions in the solution. That's why they said that the concentration would be 0, because they would all react. It's sort of an unfair question to put in the quiz there. Just because you're in the mood of figuring out how many moles of one thing you need, and then how many moles of another thing, and then finding a concentration. So the process that we're going through here is what I want you to know. This idea that, oh, by the way, silver chloride is produced, so all of the silver comes out of the solution, I'm not too worried about you knowing that. Okay? So if you want, I can credit you for that question. Here's another one. It says I have two solutions. So solution A, it's a 2 molar solution, and the other one is a 5 molar solution. You have way more of the 5 mole solution. So, I don't know, let's say I have 10 liters of it, and maybe on this one, maybe I only have 1 liter. You add the two solutions together, which of the following could be the concentration of the final solution? So if I have way more of this, it makes sense that when you mix them, the concentration would lean more toward the 5 than it does the 2, because I don't have very much of that. So if you were to have exactly the same amount, so say I had 1 liter of this and I had 1 liter of that, then if they're both the same, then I would just take the average between 2 and 5. I think that would be 3.5 molar. So that would be if I have the same volume of each. But if I have 10 liters of this and only 1 liter of that, then my concentration is going to lean way more toward the 5. So maybe it'll be 4.5 or 4.2 or 4.8. But it'll be something quite a bit more than the average. Okay, hopefully that helps you with those two questions.